And away we go. Let me go ahead, swap this around. Spawning up here in the northeast, we have Micah Doman as our blue French player. Spawning in the southwest of Dry Arabia, we have Senpai as our red Zushi legacy. Our Zushi is going for a very standard village opener. 5 on wood, make the village, have the 5 villagers that were on wood make a mill, and now they will be jumping on. Thank you so much for the follow, much appreciated. Super standard build. There's 2 variations of this. One is going into the village, the other one is going into a house, and that's basically it. Those are your 2 openers. He does have more than enough wood in order to already build his his mining cap. Not entirely sure why he's still eating up some wood. We'll see what he ends up doing with that. Villager being, or mill being supervised. Up here for our French player, for Micah, or Mika. 7-3 split. Same thing we've seen for 2 years. Not much of a difference. But let's hope he goes for Chamber of Commerce. That's basically it. That's all I'm hoping for, is the Chamber of Commerce. I might even do that, the tournament that I wanted to do after this. I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I still have a lot of farming to do in Warframe. I do really want to host an off-meta tournament, though. I'll definitely need to plan that out, though. Senpai moving over to his gold already. 3rd villager going to be on there. I'm interested to see what our Zushi is going to be doing here. I'm not so interested in what our French is going to do, because most likely he's going to go School of Cavalry. Boom, there it is. And then he's just going to produce knights. So, our Zushi, though, they are very versatile. They could do it all. They could go for the heavy aggression in feudal. They could go for the fast castle. They could even go for a fast imperial. If you guys have been watching a few of my YouTube videos, a few of my shoutcasts, you've seen I've posted a few videos of people going for fast imperial. Like, it's absurd. 2-3 TCs without Song Dynasty, and they're still able to get into imperial sub 14 minutes. I think it was actually sub 13 minutes, and honestly, in the video that I posted up a few days ago, maybe a week and a half ago, I want to say. Meditation Garden coming up. What kind of positioning do we have here for him? Is he going to be getting that? Maybe. It does look like he might be able to get this gold. Okay. What does he see? He sees nothing. That's fine. Nice solid position right there. Getting the barracks coming up as well. I would really hope he gets Harden upgrade first and then moves into making spears. Well, he's getting his... I forget that the barracks comes up really quick for Chinese and Chinese variants. So generally that would take a little bit longer. Feudal clicks over, and now we're gonna get it as well for Micah. First Royal Knight will be coming out shortly. Meanwhile, Zushi already has 2 spears, making his 3rd. Is he gonna stay in Tang Dynasty, or is he gonna move over to Song? If he goes over to Song, he has a lot of options, like I was saying. Zushi are able to just do it all. They really can. Harden upgrade already came through as well. Sitting in a pretty decent position. Is it getting supervised? No. Archery coming down as well. I have to see what kind of damage, if any, Micah is going to be able to do on our Zushi player. Single Royal Knight, second one coming out. Only 4 villagers on gold at the moment for Micah as well. And now the archery range. Super standard build. Not overcommitting. Nice walls coming up as well. Won't be able to wall up the eastern side of his base anytime soon, especially since the Royal Knight is already creeping along that route. 4 spears, 3 Chukunu, 4 Senpai. Is this what's getting observed? The Chukunus are getting observed? Yes, they are. 1 IO out at the moment. Senpai is gonna try to get the walls up over here on the eastern side. Really good. Chukunu will be going down. Quite a bit of damage getting put onto the first Royal Knight. Less than half health. It's not too bad, and honestly, yes, he did lose the Chukunu, but he put a ton of damage onto the Royal Knight, so he's gonna have to be wary about popping back in with that unit anytime soon, especially since we're not gonna be seeing Chivalry coming through. Second Royal Knight gonna attempt to get a charge off on the gold, gets denied instantly. Nice reaction from our Zushi player. Nice foresight as well. Pushes the unit off of the south, instantly starts moving over back to his gold, knowing that it's a vulnerable location, and that the second knight should be coming through pretty quickly. And now that's 2 knights that are going to be at half or below half health. This push has been severely weakened. Zushi is moving out with a decent sized force as well. 7 spears, 5 Chukunu, 2 more spears underway, and a 6th Chukunu just popped out. So this could actually be a pretty solid push right here. Nice aggression, counter aggression coming out of Senpai. Have to wait and see on what Micah does though. Or Mika. I don't know if it's Mika or Micah. Let's go Mika. Mika Doman. Gonna be rotating over to the eastern side, moving towards the gold. Mika sitting on 5 Royal Knights, 3 archers, 9 total military against a 17 of Senpai. And the first villager will be going down right now. A little bit of delayed reaction time by our French player there. That was very delayed. Be able to get the house, that's for sure. Senpai does need to be wary of... Oh, Mika's just gonna be donating 3 archers right there, but the knights do get a nice charge off on the Chukunu. There are way too many spears here in order for him to just continue the attack. Not enough Chukunu though in order to deal with the archers. There's only 2 archers on the field now. Another charge coming up from the knights onto the back line. 2 more Chukunu go down. Scout goes down. 1 Royal Knight as well. That's not too bad. But now Senpai is sitting on 14 spears, 9 Chukunu. He is gonna be just straight up observing. That's all he's doing, is he's just gonna be observing the archery range, trying to get as many units out as he possibly can. And as you can see in the supply, 26 military against 8. 15 spears, 11 Chukunu against 3 archers, 4 knights, and 1 horseman. This is a pretty devastating position for our French player. How is he going to be able to hold if Senpai decides to just fully commit to an attack? 3 times the military size for Zushi, 30 to 10. And now he is going to try to go in. Nice spear right there. No micro coming out of the archers. Knights getting into the back line do get a nice charge off. Able to kill a single, only able to kill a single Chukunu though, and then they do get pushed off. Villagers are going to be going down as well. The knights get fully pushed off. And now over here on the left side of the screen, really don't have anything. Another archer is going to go down. His archer numbers for Mika just have not been able to stabilize whatsoever. Royal Knights are trying to clear up some of the reinforcements, unable to, does lose one to a handful of Chukunu and spears back home. 33 military against 8. 4 total Royal Knights. 3 archers and a single horseman. That's all Mika has at the moment. He is trying to do something though in the back line. It just doesn't look like he has quite the opportunity really to do much. Meanwhile, getting our first ram thrown down. What will Mika do? He's down way too many. Oh, he's down so many units. 36, 11, 36 against 11. And 3 of those are on the other side of the map. So currently Mika has 10 military back home. Against 30? Yeah, against 30. Not counting the ram, of course. This could be very devastating to our Frenchman, or to our French player. Not sure what Senpai is doing in terms of, or why he's waiting so long, I guess, is the main question. Oh, he was waiting for wood in order to throw down a second one. This will get scouted out right now. Attempted charge. It does go off. Spears are gonna completely melt those knights though instantly. And now the Chukunu are going to clean up the archers. GG gets called. Game goes to Senpai. Game 1 goes to Senpai. That was... the Chukunu, or excuse me, the Zushi are just so strong. They're just so versatile. That was all off of Tang Dynasty too. He didn't get his Jingning Tower. He didn't have a 2TC, no Song Dynasty. That was just so strong. Extremely good push right there, and map awareness from Senpai, especially when he was going down south to the south side of his base to defend. And after he pushed out that knight, he instantly went back up to his goal to defend there. Perfect timing when the second knight was coming in. If he was delayed right there, he would have got pushed off, potentially even lost 1, maybe 2 villagers, depending on how fast his reaction would have been if he didn't have the foresight to actually move his units there beforehand. Good game 1 so far though. We'll see how the other ones go. I was just told that game 2 is going to be going on right now as well. Or not game 2. Game 1 of Yan versus Beastie. The winner of this match, well, the winner between Senpai Mika go against Road. Well, it looks like the game has already started. Wait, where is it? All right, game number 2 between Senpai and Mika Domon. English versus Russ. Very classic matchup. Something that we've seen over the last 2 years. Let's see what our Rust player will be able to do. He might have to play a little bit more defensively here, considering how Senpai played game 1, where it was heavy aggression. He might need to back off, play a little defensively, and go off of he should just play a straight standard game now that I think about it. Just go 2TC, Kremlin, go very just go very standard against this. Throw out a couple early knights to help defend, because with the Kremlin and the militia, he would be able to defend quite a bit of aggression as long as he doesn't overextend his or overuse his militia. Anyways, let's just jump into this first game or second game. Game number 2 on Golden Pit, spawning over here in the northeastern side of the map. We have Mika Domen. On the western side, central west, we have Senpai as our red English player going into a double early farm. Love this. I've been seeing this more and more frequently recently. I don't like the position of the house though. I really don't like that position, because he would be able to drop his mill right here. If he dropped his mill in between these two farms, he'd be able to put a farm off to the angle of the TC, and then as well as over here. That way he'd fit 10, I think it's, no, 12 farms total if he were to do it that way. But now that he had put the house there, he's blocking himself out of essentially 2 farms. So he'll have to put the mill here and then goes for the standard 8. As for our Russ, super standard hunting cabin house. And how many scouts is he going to be going? Currently sitting on 2. It doesn't look like he's going to be producing a 3rd. No, he's only going for the 2. It's okay though. That's good enough, in honesty. If you don't feel comfortable going for the 3rd, then there's no reason to go for the 3rd. And yet again, I will be one of the many casters that says this. Gralik, can you please give us better caster UI so we could check the bounty of our Rust players, the visor points for the Ottoman, and experience for Jeanne d'Arc. I know I'm missing a couple other things like the Shaolin Monk, because that doesn't pop up in the overview statistics. We need these. Oh no. Okay, he's gonna go for the deer first. Hopefully he saw those sheep there. Wrong button. Yeah, he sees one of them. That's fine. He should be going down there. Where is his second scout though? I don't see it on the mini map. Did he go back home? Yes, he did. And this is the quarterfinals of the AoE4 bi-weekly Rumble number 2. Council Hall coming down, very standard. Kremlin. Yeah, that's not too bad of a position on the Kremlin. He wants to make sure that his gold is fine. He could easily wall off up here if necessary. Boom. Nice wall right there to make sure that he's able to secure his stone. I like it. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with that positioning. It gives full sight as well of the hidden forest. Main thing is he will not be getting pushed off his gold anytime soon. A wall could come down right here too to deny entrance on the eastern side. Well, if that were the case, he might as well just drop a wall like here. Yeah, I like it. Council Hall, awesome, awesome. Puts the mill exactly where I figured he would. This is gonna be a pretty damn standard game. Villagers for Mika, getting his stone already. These villagers should be moving. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say these villagers should be moving over to wood as soon as they're done with the Kremlin, which they are already queued up to do. So awesome, awesome, perfect. It doesn't tell me. Unless it just moves over. Let's go ahead and swap back to original view. What is he currently on? Yeah, he has that one unlocked, but it doesn't tell us, right? No. There's no difference there whatsoever. Stables coming through. which is highly expected in order to start dealing with the longbows of our English player. No second TC coming out of him. He has a lot on wood though. Currently 9 on wood and no longbows being made. So it doesn't look like he's going to be going for the aggression. He could just be eating up as much, gathering up as much wood as he can before he moves out. Or before he moves over to stone. Wait a minute, he just dropped barracks. There we go. First longbow out. Hardened upgrade into. Where's the... Not enough. Okay. There we go. Okay. The first spear is being made. 2 archers. He just wanted to make sure that he had his... Or well, not archers. 2 longbows. Third one underway as well. So Senpai just wanted to make sure that he had... He gathered his wood first in order to drop his barracks. That way he could start making his spears for the inevitable early nights. The first one just pops. Oh no, that was a horseman. No early nights. Interesting. Oh yeah, he hasn't been gathering enough gold to sustain it. Oh, and Senpai just donates one of his longbows. I don't believe it's gonna be. What do we have going on over here? Scout versus spear. That is not a fight that he wants to take at all. Horseman attempting to run by does get mild damage. Not sure what happened there. He does get tickled a little bit. 4 damage thrown onto him. Could have been a lot more if Senpai was paying attention. Spear does double jab. Stabby stab. Wall's coming. Palisade gate or palisade wall already completed down here on the southeastern side of Mika's base. And now villagers have been transferred over to gold. Start that massive production. Ooh, this could potentially. Okay, he was paying attention. Good job. Villager is still gonna go down. Oh no! Barely survives. 5 health on that villager. Start sieging the palisade wall. Fortified palisade wall. Not your normal. What do we have going on for our Englishman? Our English player. Nothing really too much. Starting his farm transition. Still has a decent amount of sheep as well. Second TC has been up and running already for Mika. So all in all, it's pretty standard. Like, I know I already said that a few times now. This is as standard as you can get. Secondary wall coming up. That should be, yeah, that is walled off by... that was walled off by, or finished. No, yeah, walled off by the wood line. Eco getting ever so better for our good old-fashioned good old-fashioned rust player. Currently 31 to 35 villagers, 18 military for our English player though, 6 for our rust. He does not need to start transitioning over into more military infrastructure. Senpai sitting on 12 longbows, 6 spears, as where Mika has 2 early knights, third one popping out very soon, 2 horsemen and 2 archers. The amount of cavalry needs to be far greater than where it's at the moment, especially with the amount of spears that Senpai does have. 7 doesn't seem like it's too much, but it's more than enough to deal with what our rust player has at the moment, at least to just deter him from overcommitting or even committing in general. He does need to get fortified. I would highly recommend getting a wooden fortress at this point as well, just for added defense, since he's not committing into infrastructure. He's gonna try to wrap around. Was able to pick off 3 units right there. Try to sandbag the attack as much as he can instead of attacking this full force. And the palings are down. Early Knight does get stabbed instantly as well. He needs to pull away from this though. He cannot take this fight. I went out of caster mode, or excuse me, cinematic mode, because I was not expecting him to commit to this, and he just lost so much. He lost, what, 3 early knights, 3 horsemen, and now he's gonna lose a handful of archers as well? He needs to back away from this position. 2 more early knights do run in, and way too much damage go on them. He's losing too much here. He was able to get rid of a huge majority of the... Oh, no. Okay. He was able to do a decent amount of damage to that army. He was able to pick off quite a few of the spears and sandbag the attack a little bit. But he lost so much. He lost a total of 4 early knights, 4 horsemen. And he used his militia. Okay, how many... He has 2 tickets left, so he didn't overuse his points, his militia points. So that's a good thing, I suppose. The best thing about it is that he is forcing Senpai to stay back home with a really big part of his army. There's 14 units right here. How many are back? 10, yeah, well, not counting the villagers. So a decent split. There's about 12 units there on the eastern side. Mika is trying to move out, pick off a couple units here and there, loses an archer as well as an early knight. The other early knight is still pretty healthy, but he's gonna lose basically every single one of his archers right now. And on the other side of the map, Senpai already has a ram down. He's gonna be working on this palisade, fortified palisade wall. I'm a little concerned for Mika at the moment. He does have the the wooden fortress, so it is going to be giving him a little bit more defensive options. The ram is going to just do so much damage. He needs to, that's exactly what he needed to do. He just needs to garrison units, and he needs to play this smart, very smart. Go in, do some mild damage. All that was there anyways were longbows. He needed to pull his army to deal with these instead of trying to go back and go to the other side of the map and attack him directly, because now he's putting himself in a really dangerous situation. And we're seeing the mild leapfrog of the outposts as well. There's only 2 longbows left, or 4 longbows left. Now there's 3. So he's doing a decent job in that regard, killing off what's here, but there is already a bigger military coming through as well from the backside, and they have just got here. Those archers are going to go down. These early knights, decent control on one of them though. He was able to kill off one, is unable to kill off both though. He needs to pull back. He needs to regroup. Another early knight is going to go down for free though. What do we have in the back of this? How much infrastructure do we actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's on 3 TC as well. Yeah, Mika got way too greedy on this. GG gets called. Game 2 and the series go to our red English player, Senpai. Yeah, I think Mika just got too greedy right there more than anything. He dropped another 400 wood on the 3rd TC. I didn't notice that. I was too busy paying attention to the actual fights that were popping off. But that just wasn't in his best interest at the moment. Still, solid games played by both of them. Oh, no need to apologize, dude. Hey, it's all good. You played. They were actually pretty good games for the most part, and you have some learning material as well. Like, there's never a need to apologize for this. Uh, last tournament, I had 2 silver players and a plat player playing against Conqueror 3s. So, or Conqueror 2 plus. So, it happens. Let's move over to our other scene. Bum, bum, bum. Alrighty, so we do have Senpai moving on. He's going to be playing against Road in the semifinals. And we currently have Beastie versus, not Beastie Cutie, different Beastie, playing against Neon Racing Cat. So I'll go ahead and I'll jump into this game right now. See who they are playing again, or what they are playing as. Okay. So we have Racing Cat as Japanese and Beastie Beauty as our Mongols. Ooh. Okay, so I actually like this game when I play as the Japanese because I'll go early barracks or Dark Age barracks into Samurai, and then they just cry when they go for the early barracks spears because, you know, Samurai is greater than spears. Yes, they cost a lot more, but it's well worth it. And then just counterattack with Dark Age Samurai. Super fun. I love it. We'll see what ends up actually happening in this game, though, in comparison to anything and everything else. So far, so good. Do appreciate you joining, Mika. Am I saying it right? Is it Micah or Mika? I feel like it's Mika. Also, I haven't been drinking my coffee. And if you guys could ever be so kind, feel free to subscribe to the channel. If you guys have any Prime Twitch Prime subscriptions, feel free. Any and all support helps me make more tournaments in the future. And let's just jump into this one really quick. Spawning in the northeastern side of Dry Arabia, we have Neon Racing Cat from Brum as our blue Japanese player. Spawning in the southwest, we have Beastie Beauty as our purple Mongol with a very nice Uvu positioning. So as a non-Mongol main, I only play them when I want to just go and have fun. Whenever I get a position like this, I know it's probably not the best use, but at the same time, I absolutely love doing it. TC on Uvu, double produce villagers. Just get that massive eco lead. I love it. That's what I do anyways. Getting that eco lead early on, so good. But I know it's probably not the best of plays, best use of stone. It's okay though. I do it for the funsies. For our Japanese player. Alright, if he doesn't get the Dark Age Tuara, remember, he's dead to me. And it doesn't look like he is. I'm so disappointed in you, Young Racing Cat. I thought we were fellow Japanese mains. Dark Age Barracks, of course, coming through for Beastie Beauty. Did he already scout? No, he hasn't scouted the location yet. How hard is he gonna go into this though? Is he just gonna make a couple spears to just push it off? Or is, nope, villagers are getting pulled. Okay, so he is gonna go for a full-on outpost rush, a full tower rush. Yeah, they are not going towards the gold. They have their little staves out. They're walking sticks. They look a little dorky, not gonna lie, while they're walking. He is gonna be able to see exactly where it is. Coca Township coming down for Neon. Back of the base. Scouting Falcon goes off. What do we see? He sees pretty much everything that he needs to, especially that Coca. Really, really solid build right here. That Coca is going to be coming up quick as well. He stopped with only 3 spears. Where's the tower rush going to be though? That's a hell of a distance for him to walk, because he's going to have to maneuver and hopefully not get shot at the same time by the TC. These villagers are definitely going to be going into range. Oh, wait, they're in range. Why didn't they get shot? Tower rush. Getting dropped in between the gold and the Coca Township. Now, if this comes up, it may delay the Coca. I don't think it will though. No, there's no way this is coming up before the Coca does. It's barely at halfway. Coca's gonna be coming up very soon, but it will be able to do a little bit of incremental damage onto the Shinobi when they spawn. Remember, one Shinobi does spawn right when the Coca finishes. What he's gonna do with that goes straight up. Is he gonna be able to get at least one of the villagers? Villagers are getting pulled as well in order to start doing a little bit of damage, but the outpost finishes. The free Shinobi does go down, as well as a single villager most likely. Yes. Ooh, that's not good. That's a very solid positioning too. Denies the gold, and if Neon Racing Cat isn't paying attention, then some damage could be thrown onto the Shinobis as well when they spawn. So really solid positioning for that outpost. Maybe. No, there's no way that it'll actually hit it. I don't think there's any way that the Shinobi would actually get hit by that. 2 Shinobi moving across the map right now. Getting the barracks thrown down as well. Ooh. This is a position that I hate being in as any civilization, not just the Japanese, just any civilization in general when I'm getting tower rushed if I'm not able to cancel it out. He did have a slight opportunity to do so, or to deny it. I think Neon is thought that he was more than prepared for it and just barely wasn't able to deny it. If his Coca was 10 seconds, not 10 seconds, like 3-5 seconds sooner, if he had the 5th villager on there instead of just aging up with 4, it would have been up. He would have been able to deny it. Having those 4 villagers on there kind of it delayed it by a decent amount of time, by enough time. And now we have a geisha, 2 geisha, and a shinobi defending the stones. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. There's 2 stone right here, as well as a gold. So Shinobi Geisha will be able to defend against any other harass that try to go over there. Shinobi working down the Gur on the gold. So that means 0 gold will be coming in for our Mongol player. Totally fine. Where's the other, or is that the only one? Yeah, there's 3 Shinobi. Where's the... Are they back at home? Yes, they are. 2 Shinobi back home. 3 geisha, 4 geisha, and another shinobi back on the enemy side of the map. Will we be seeing a ram? This Uvu location is so freaking good right now. It's so damn good. Because generally what you would want to do when you move out, does he know about the Uvu location? Yes, he does. Generally when you move out, you want to try to get rid of the GUR, you want to try to get rid of the double production, slow it down a little bit, something, right? But the Uvu is right next to the TC. It's right under the TC, so you're not going to be able to deny that Uvu at all. He is going to be able to deny the gold. He already has a Shinobi on the western side of the map too, where there's going to be the safer gold as well. Does he have any units back home defending? He has 3 geisha. He needs to add in 2 spears there at minimum in order to defend against the Kashik. I don't believe the geisha are going to be able to do it themselves. Will you do, Mr. Beastie Beauty? Second house. Only a single barracks. No upgrades yet either. He is getting an emplacement, so that's good. And it will be able to do quite a bit of damage. The geisha are going to start slicing and dicing. The first geisha does go down. Kashik. Oh, it does go down from downtown. Not really. That was decent. It was still within range. Okay. At least it didn't die when it was 5 miles outside of range. It died while it was still in range. But that was also really good by a really good age up timing, or not age up timing, but emplacement timing, because it finished as they were running away, so it was able to get that last shot in to take it out. Beastie Beauty currently sitting on 26 villagers, 15 military, 8 archers, 5 spears, his Khan of course, and a single Kashik, as were Neon Racing Cat sitting on 30 villagers, 11 military, 5 geisha, 3 shinobi, 2 spears. This is very light infantry based. Yeah, you guys are considered light melee infantry. So the archers will be doing bonus damage to the entirety of Racing Cat's army. Oh, okay. Is going to be able to kill off, doesn't it? He's able to, but doesn't kill off the geisha that he had clear opportunity to do so. We do need to start seeing samurais coming out in order to deal with the archers themselves, unless he plans on just overrunning the archers with geisha and potential shimpos on top of them with the shinobi. That's the only thing I'm thinking of, is trying to close the gap like that with speed and teleportation. Shunshin, I call it shimpo, or blink, teleport. Basically, I'll be calling it anything except for Shunshin because I forget that name constantly. Floating gate. All right, 13 villagers are going to try to spam that up. First Yoroshiru will be going into the stables, and then from there we're going to be seeing a ton of mounted samurai just spamming out. Does get canceled. He needs to put it perfect spot right there. Is able to pick off 2 geisha and a spear. Double outpost on this gold. Are both of them fortified? I mean, not fortified. Emplaced? No, they are not. One does have the emplacement. The other one does not. 14 villagers are spamming up the floating gatehouse yet again in a very secured location, in a better location. What is getting picked off over here? Just a normal, good old-fashioned scoot. How much damage have you taken? Almost 1,000 damage. And there we go. First, Yoroshiru into the stable, and boom. We're going to be seeing a mass swarm of mounted samurai. What needs to happen right now is he needs to transfer over all of those villagers to wood. I mean to food. Immediately. Because he's going to be running out. Oh, it does get scouted out. He needs to evac this. Does he have anything in a safer location? It doesn't really seem like he does. Is able to get 2 villagers right there. Trades for a single archer. Yankat sitting on 3 mounted samurai. He's going to start trading He's gonna sell off some of that stone in order to start producing more mounted samurai, since he is only on one villager on food right now. That's terrible. Moving over quite a few over here though. Oh, actually it's only 5. He needs to move over at least 12 in all honesty. Alright, what are we gonna see being sold? He sold a little bit of everything. Gonna start burning this down. He knows that he needs to start rotating. First relic did get picked up. He will be getting picked off. And we're seeing units moving over to the northern side. This isn't good for our... Oh, is he gonna be? Yes, it does. It does get scouted out. Meanwhile, his entire military is moving that way, which is actually kind of not... Oh, he's gonna try to cut it off. That's a lot of dead village, potentially dead villagers right there. One villager is idled. 12 villagers being idled at the moment. From where though? Oh, the ones that were inside of the outposts. They need to get back to work. He is trying to save as many as he can. There was what, 12 villagers right here? Uvu has depleted. So 3. I'm not sure why he left these there. Oh, camera skip. Sorry guys. He is going to be able to save at least 7 of them from what it seemed like. So out of the 12, he loses 5. That's not bad. That really isn't. And now the spears are going to be getting decent amount of damage in onto this mounted samurais, but they're just so tanky at the moment, especially since it is castle versus feudal. Look at the amount of damage that they're going to be able to do to the military of the Mongol player, except the Mongol is sitting on 18 military to the 9 of Nyan Cat. Where's the rest of his military? I could have sworn, did they already get picked off or what? Yoroshido here waiting for the Shinto shrine, or excuse me, the Shinto priest waiting for the Shinto shrine to come up in order to start turning in those relics. Beastie Beauty is going to try to get into Castle Age himself. He has enough resources. It is going to be the Kurotai. Shinto priest, garrison the relic please. Samurais and mounted samurais gonna start trying to deal with this. Mounted samurai goes down, or excuse me, samurai goes down, Khan goes down, mounted samurai trying to run away. He's running so slow because he's being grouped with the regular samurai. Still a decent... Okay, we're getting the daimyo manor up. Still a decent force for Nyan Cat. 14 to 11. He's been sitting in Castle Age significantly longer than our counterpart, or than his opponent. There's 2 Yoroshido. Where's the 3rd? There should have already been 3, no? Is the 3rd barely coming up? Oh, there it is. Yeah. So we have 1 Yoroshido on the stable, another one on the barracks, and the last one will be on, well, the 3rd one, most recent, will be on a farmhouse to start generating that passive food. I'm expecting the last one, a little bit of idle villager, idle TC time. Ooh, that's been going on for about 10 seconds now. Yeah, that was like 10 or 12 seconds of idle time. I would really like to see the 4th and final Yoroshido get put onto the TC, because he's behind right now. He's behind 14, or well, 14 of his villagers have been killed off, right? So he needs to start trying to catch up little by little, or he needs to drop a 2nd TC in order to start gaining that lead or catching up. He's currently down 8 villagers, 19 military for our Mongol player, 20 for our Japanese, 11 archers, 6 crossbows, 3 spears, man-at-arms in queue, and a single keshik. As for our Japanese player, 8 samurai, 4 mounted samurai, 2 Shinto priests, a scout, and a geisha. He is going to try to secure the berries on the southeast corner. Over here on the western side, we have a single scout doing nothing. Khan has risen. Farm transition attempting to come through. Single farm. Where are you gonna send your last Yorishiru? Come on. Where are you going? Oh, it looks like he was just queued up to go to the barracks. Horticulture coming through. Geisha veterancy. We are starting to see a few of the upgrades for both players. More farms. The Sim City. Okay, so it's going to be double farmhouse for Yorishiru's. He's already secured 2 relics. Going to try to go out, get his 3rd. 1 sacred site in favor of our Japanese. And he has 3 mounted samurai roaming around, just trying to see what he can pick off. Gold is fully secure on the western side of the map as well. Sending over more villagers to start mining. And we are out of gold. But he still has his main gold that did get tower rushed in the early stages, and he has a pretty secure gold on the eastern side of the map as well. Villagers were still over here on the deer, getting that nice and secure, and they are safe and sound. I still would have really liked to see the 4th and final Yorishiru get put into the TC for that 25% increased. Oh, there goes the scout. I mean, there goes a mounted samurai. Just so he could start climbing back up out of that deficit. Unless he does massive damage onto the eco of our Mongol player, he's always going to be behind. Especially since I've seen quite a bit of idle time coming out of him as well. Probably a total of 30 to like 35 seconds worth of idle time. Nice charge up here. It does have a spring hold emplacement, so this Keshik is going to go down. I also don't know if this is game 1 or 2. I believe this is game 2 between both of them. I'll know for sure after this match though. Second TC. Okay, this is what I was talking about earlier. He either needed to go into 2TC or drop the Yorishiru inside of the Daimyo Manor, the upgraded town center, in order to start getting back into this game economically. Geishas, they're gonna try to torch down the archery, when, in my opinion, they should be trying to get the Uvu more than anything. Huge attack coming over here into the base of our Japanese player. A lot of archers, crossbows, just gonna be streamlining through, running through the entirety of the main base, trying to pick off whatever they can. I believe it's already been like 4 villagers dead so far, and more to come as well. There's 6 villagers right here that are gonna get picked clean. Total of 22 villager kills so far for Beastie Beauty. Where's the military for? Oh, Geishas on the other side of the map doing a little bit of eco damage for themselves as well. But there's nothing. Come on, these units should be coming over here to try to clean this up. That's more than enough to just stomp whatever is here. There's not enough. There's a total of 3 spears. That's it. Yeah, there are a decent amount of crossbows, but still, he should have been moving those units there to defend against them. A decent amount of Geisha running away. They could actually take the fight against the Keshiks, clean that up. Villagers getting pulled from both sides of the map. He is going to be clashing over here on the western side, cleaning up those Keshiks, gonna try to push through, possibly. The Kurotai on the eastern side, central east, not doing anything, not being very beneficial, and he's gonna be able to sandwich all of these ranged units. Freaking skipped again. Sorry, camera skip. Not sure why that happens. It only happens when I use my middle mouse button, but I need to use it. He could have easily just sandwiched this if he moved his Geisha forward like he is now. So if he microed this a little bit better, he could have actually got rid of all of those ranged units in a more effective manner. But now we're going to be getting a decent fight right here for our Mongol player. He's going to be picking off a lot of units on the retreat because of the Khan's movement speed and attack speed bonuses that he's able to throw out. The Kurotai getting placed. Going to be completely ineffective. Yeah, it's not going to do anything in this fight, since our Japanese player is in full retreat mode at the moment. 62 villagers for our Mongol, 46 military, 50 villagers for our Japanese, 47 military. Military counts are pretty much equal right now, but it's just who has the better unit composition at the moment. And in all honesty, I really like what Nyankat has. He's going for the mass geisha. The crossbows don't do bonus damage against them. They have higher attack speed, longer range, and they do a lot of damage. Plus they're fast. So they would be able to take this fight, but I don't think it's going to be in a convincing manner. It's going to be a pretty solid trade between the two, especially with the amount of man-at-arms that are out for our Mongol. 26 man-at-arms total. 2 more in queue. Mounted Samurai trying to do some damage on the back line. Unable to. 14 archers, 9 crossbows, 3 spears, Khan, and a Keshik coming out as well for our Mongol. More villagers are going to be going down. Nyankat sitting at 53, 54 military, 32 geisha, 13 samurai, 7 mounted samurai, katana bannerman, and a Shinto priest. But that, oh, yes, okay, it does go down. The mounted samurai, one of them, he needs to go in. He needs to try to defend against this. He has a decent opportunity right now to try to do some damage, especially since our Mongol player is attempting to try to destroy the TC for some reason, when he should have been destroying the Yoroshido buildings. There's a free stable right there. There's 2 farmhouses, a barracks. He could have easily denied those, which are far more important than getting the TC. The TC could be easily repaired in a minute as long as he has the resources for it. Kurotai moving forward. 9 villagers pop out. Those are going to be 9 dead villagers. What's going on behind? He is trying to pick off whatever he can, sandbag the attack. He's losing quite a few units. Both sides are losing quite a few units on this for the reinforcements and also the attacking forces. Meanwhile, in the main base, is he going to try to go for a landmark snipe? All 3 landmarks are here. I'm not sure what that... Oh, okay, it was the Kurotai replacing itself. Second landmark is going to be going down. The Koka Township. The only thing that will be left standing is going to be the floating gate. And with the amount of man-at-arms that are here, it's not going to be easy to defend against this now. This looks like it's going to be a Mongol win off of landmark victory. Half health on the floating gate. Yeah, it'll be going down in the next 5 seconds. And now he's recovering, or he's coming back way too late. GG. Game goes to our purple Mongol player, Beastie Beauty. He needed to defend that. Nyankat really needed to try to defend. As soon as he got the town center for free, and there was still nothing defending, all 3 landmarks were right next to each other. So Beastie Beauty was given a perfect opportunity to just go and just go in for all 3 landmarks since they were right next to each other. Yeah, he could have been playing a little overly cautious. At the same time, he probably thought if he could deny the reinforcements, he'd be able to defend the push. In reality, he wasn't able to do either, which really sucks. Yeah, Neon Racing Cat is a solid player, but so is Beastie Beauty. And for some reason, both players, or everybody's offline. Wait, did he already finish? Yes, he did. So Neon Racing Cat ended up losing 2-0 against Beastie Beauty. Let me go ahead and add him as a friend as well, so I know what's going on there. All right, Senpai and Beastie, are you guys ready? Well, yeah, it was asking me to set a primary, but I wanted to, I was asking Val, and Val's like, I don't know. So I started Googling it, and Google didn't really give me any solid answers. So I was like, you know what? I'm pretty damn sure Baldi will have the answers for me. Yeah, I don't know. I was being hopeful, I guess, more than anything. Okay, it's been more than 5 minutes, people. Where are you guys? Or are you guys doing your thing somewhere else? See, when did you guys ask? 11:46. Yeah, it's been 11 minutes now. Oh, you guys are in game. What the hell? Didn't tell me anything. All right, let's jump into this. All right, wow. English Mirror, holy crap. So this has the potential of ending fast or being a 16-hour game. Spawning in the northwestern side of Cliffside, we have Beastie Beauty as our purple English. Spawning on the southeast, we have Senpai as our red English. Not gonna lie, I try to avoid casting English mirror matchups because they have a huge potential of lasting forever. Not gonna lie, this matchup could go on for hours upon hours if they both get into a stupidly good turtle position in Imperial. If both of them go for White Tower, 2TC White Tower into Berkshire, then yeah, it could last a very, very long time because neither... Obviously, since they're both English, they don't have to go for any type of trade. They could sustain their entire economy off of just straight farms. This map has extremely huge backline as well, or a backyard, whatever you want to call it. You could easily place about 120 farms here, no questions asked. Berkshire, White Tower, bunch of keeps to defend, and you're essentially untouchable. any units that go back there will get completely annihilated. See what happens. I'm really hoping that this isn't a 4-hour match though, because we still have 2 other potential games to go through. This is the first game of the finals for the bi-weekly Rumble number 2. And we're starting it off with a potential extremely late game Imperial match. Only time will tell. We'll wait and see what happens. Both players did open exactly the same though. They both went with the early farms, going out, grabbing the sheep, all that good stuff. Council Hall for Beastie will be for Beastie Beauty, coming down a little earlier than our red English player, Senpai. A lot earlier from what it seems like now. It's been up for about 12 seconds. Yeah, so 12 to 15 second lead on the Council Hall for Beastie Beauty compared to his English counterpart mirror, Senpai. If there's any difference, we're going to be able to see it once they hit feudal. Well, realistically, we should be able to see it before they hit feudal. Both players are still sitting on sitting with 3 on gold. Neither have moved over to stone yet. We see lumber mill coming down for Senpai. None for Beastie quite yet. For Beastie Beauty quite yet. Mill getting dropped. Both players. Yeah, they're playing a very similar game. And to me, this shows that neither player is actually going to be going into a 2TC play. Which kind of sucks because I really did want to see 2TC. But it doesn't look like it's going to be going that way.
Yaru.
Done.
What else do we have? Council Hall finishing up. Wheelbarrow started up slightly sooner for Beastie Beauty. Only a few seconds though. What are we sitting on right here? Let's say 56 seconds. Yeah, about 10 seconds sooner for Beastie than it did for Beastie Beauty than it did for Senpai. As you can tell, they are both in the same clan as well. So teammates going against one another in the finals. Better in the finals than knocking each other out in the quarters or in the semis. So either way, it's a win-win for their clan. Getting first and second, really good. Awesome. Senpai starting off with, oh, he's able to pick off 2 of the sheep as well. Right next to the deer, that's good. That's solid actually. Because he could drop a mill right here, push in the deer, and he has a ton of food. He'll have a ton of food. 4 longbow for Senpai so far, 3 for Beastie Beauty. It does look like Senpai is going to be cranking out a few more just to be on the safe side. I don't think that he's actually going to be going for any kind of aggressive play. He's just making them more for defense than anything else. Otherwise, we would have already seen him cross this threshold in the center of the map to start applying pressure. And in these mirror matchups, it's absolutely huge on who gets the first attack, who's able to micro better. You guys have the same exact units, so it comes down to micromanagement more than a lot of other things. Yeah, of course, your macro makes a huge difference as well, but when it comes into small skirmishes like this, longbow versus longbow, it's going to be who splits better, who gets the first attack, and who's able to focus fire down the opposing longbows first. Otherwise, you guys get stuck in this little, how can I put it, like a small tug of war if you just A move into one another. But these are both Conqueror 2 plus players, so they're very solid. We shouldn't be seeing any type of A moving into each other's longbows. Senpai does have the lead though right now. It's gonna get evened up in about 3 seconds. And Beastie's just gonna start cranking out more and more. They're both sitting on 10. The 11th ones are gonna be popping out, and both of them are sitting very defensively. Oh, okay, no. It's just a scout taking some more damage. Nothing too significant will be happening anytime soon from what it seems like. No military moving out. Scouts just poking in and out. Oh, as I say that, we have... Oh, we had both longbows kind of move out and then come back home. Currently sitting at 29 villagers each, 19 military each. Blacksmith coming down for Senpai a lot later than his counterpart, already getting +1 ranged armor. Is he gonna be moving out? He doesn't have the lead anymore. He's actually gonna be down 2 longbows if he decides to move out right now. I kind of wish I was able to zoom out more than what I am already. If I could do another full set, like another full zoom out, that would be amazing. Not much really right now though. Scout finally gonna go down, and the first volleys are gonna be going in favor of our purple English player, especially since his scout was able to go in first, soaked up quite a bit of damage, and it actually looks like they are gonna just let each other volley off on one another. But Beastie Beauty does get the upper hand since he did send in his scout first to soak up an entire volley. It was complete overkill from Senpai's part, but since Beastie Beauty has been poking in and out with that scout, he was not expecting a full-fledged attack behind it. And because of that, he was able to get a decent amount of volleys off before the fight happened. And now we're getting a forward outpost for Beastie Beauty in towards the center of the map, so he could get that network of castles buff on his units as well. We don't have anything over here. Where is he going? He's not getting any gold at all right now. And now we're getting another archer range. It looks like Senpai's going to be moving towards just mass amount of longbows at the moment. 0 villagers on gold. He doesn't have anything secured. And now we're getting the defensive outpost for the network of castles as well. 26 longbows for Beastie Beauty, 24 for Senpai. That second, or the archery range itself, is going to start catching him up and then eventually getting the lead. But Beastie Beauty has already added in a few, well, 2 technically, horsemen. And they are going to soak up so much damage right there. A ton of damage gets soaked by them, and now the longbows for Beastie Beauty are going to be moving forward and individually picking off a couple of the longbows for our red English player. Going in range of the Castle of Citadels to get the added bonus attack speed, same for Senpai. And just look at the volleys going. There's too many. Oh, that's absolutely terrible for Senpai. He had about 6 or 8 longbows just attacking the outpost. It soaked up way too much damage. 18 longbows against 18 longbows. 3 horsemen are in queue for Beastie Beauty. How many stables does he have? He has 2 stables, so he is going to be producing 2 at a time, even though he has 3 queued up. Perfectly fine. The longbow mass is going to be in favor of Senpai, of course, but that fight, actually, in all honesty, that fight was pretty good for Senpai, considering he did have about 5 to 8 longbows auto-attacking the outpost. That was not good for him right there, though. He was Beastie Beauty was able to pick off 3 longbows right there for 0. So keeping those numbers low, but Senpai is sitting on 2 archery ranges and then the Council Hall. So he is going to be producing them 3 at a time now. Currently sitting on +1 ranged armor, +1 melee armor, and he is going to be pushing forward yet again right before the outpost gets up. Nice focus fire from Beastie Beauty onto the villager that was building it, and Senpai was able to counter that by just focusing down the longbows. Getting those numbers down is a lot more important than the villagers themselves at this point in time, because he could just build 3. It's not like the outpost got cancelled. It's not like he lost 5 villagers right there either. He lost 1. And now we're going to be seeing another move forward. He's focus firing down the outpost, though. The horsemen are going to be going in, as well as that's 5 horsemen going in, doing a ton of damage, tanking a lot of damage as well. But now the longbows for our purple English player are doing the same thing that Senpais were doing earlier, focusing down an outpost instead of focusing down the longbows. If those got microed a little bit better right there, he would have been able to not necessarily clean up these longbows, but he would have been able to do significant damage to them, dwindle the numbers. And now we're getting a King's Palace in the forward part of Beastie Beauty's base. This outpost is slowly but surely going to be going down. Takes 1 damage for every longbow here. There's 22 longbows, 22 damage a second. King's Palace comes up. Beastie in Castle Age now, gonna be getting that veterancy. He is gonna be cranking out so many units so quickly in order to try to defend against this. At least he should be, but he's almost out of food. He's pulling, how many villagers do we have over here at the moment? 17 villagers over at Deer. Does he have survival techniques? No, he does not. But he has a very solid defensive position right here with that King's Palace. It does cover the front of the entirety of his base. That entire cliffside is going to get defended by the King's Palace. Ram coming down, first one. Senpai does not plan on going into Castle Age anytime soon. Instead, he's going to be trying to go on the offensive to deal with this.
It's beers full done.
The simple fact that Beastie Beauty went into the castle, or went into the King's Palace, just shows how confident he is in defending. Otherwise, he would have went in for the tower, for the White Tower instead, more defensive, and he'd be able to hold a lot easier. He's going for the economic route, going for the King's Palace, and this might be the beginning of the downfall for him, going that route instead. There are so many longbows for Senpai. He is going to be able to focus fire down. Too many longbows are attacking the White Tower, though. He needs to stutter step them forward. He's losing so many units for no reason right there. The first knight is on the field for Beastie Beauty. He's in the wood line instead of being in the front line, just dealing with these longbows. And the longbow count for Senpai is just diminishing way too fast. He has nothing behind this either. 17 longbows left. Charge comes through on the knight. It is going to force a retreat on those longbows for our English player, our red English player. And now the longbows for Beastie Beauty are going to be moving forward to start picking these enemy longbows off 1 at a time. The knight is just going to be way too tanky to deal with at the moment. No archers, no spears, no crossbows. Senpai isn't even in Castle Age yet. This could potentially be game ending for him. He lost a lot of longbows there doing absolutely nothing essentially. He had them focus firing down the White Tower instead of moving forward and picking off the longbows of Beastie Beauty. He was able to get the King's Palace to slightly below half health, but that's not really too big of a deal in all honesty, considering he lost about 12 longbows there for free.
Each bouquet that.
And now he's stuck in feudal for the time being. A lot of farms coming up in the back line. This is exactly what I was saying earlier. There's a lot of room over here in order to do so. With that said though, it's very difficult to defend on this map, or not to defend, it's very difficult to wall off on this map. That wall is huge and there's just so many things in the way. I'm surprised that we haven't seen any relics getting picked up yet either from Beastie Beauty. He has had the opportunity to do so. He could have easily dropped a monastery at any point in time to start moving out. Since he was playing so defensively, that would have been a good use of his resources. Instead, he was just making as many units as he could to defend it. We are getting the King's Palace up. 14 villagers are going to finish that off in the next about 5 seconds. And it's going to be tying us up 2 TCs against 2 TCs. But Beastie Beauty is going to be moving forward with his veterancy upgrades. 3 knights are going to be taking way too much damage. And we should start seeing a flood of crossbows getting made from the Council Hall. Villagers are getting garrisoned inside of the TC and inside of the King's Palace. Knights in the mix, tanking so much. These longbows for Senpai are going to be going down quickly and efficiently. Meanwhile, the longbow mass for Beastie Beauty is still standing. Look at how much damage is being done here. How much damage is being soaked by those knights as well. The longbow count for Senpai down to 2. 1 again. But the longbow mass for our purple English player is still standing with more knights coming in. Yes, he may be able to hold, but at what cost? And that cost is going to be heavy. GG gets called instead. Game goes to our purple English player, Beastie Beauty. That was very decisive by Beastie Beauty. Just to go in, he noticed that he had the advantage, so he decided to end it as quickly as he could, and he did. Now we're going to go off to game number 2 between these two in the finals of Rumble number 2. The bi-weekly Rumble number 2. It looks like they're still in the lobby trying to figure out what are they going to do, who are they playing against, or what civs they're going to be picking. I forgot to grab some water. All I have is my coffee. Oopsie. What the hell did I click? Once they are ready, we will be going. We'll be jumping right into it. Of course, for any of those of you interested or able to, feel free, drop a subscription, let me know what you guys think, and all that goes towards creating more content. Whether it be my YouTube, Twitch, the tournaments, all of it is beneficial, all of it helps out with creating more AoE4 content. Jumping into this game, we have Japanese versus Aobids. This is going to be pretty good. I'm interested in seeing what our Aobids do in 2 minutes. But yeah, feel free. Help out the channel as best as you can. Even watching is good enough, in all honesty. Just try to tune in. Take a look at my YouTube channel. Let me know what you guys think. I do try to shoutcast as much as I can. Anywhere between 3 to 5 videos a day. Produce as much content as I can for you guys. And then with the bi-weekly tournament as well, it leads to a greater tournament in the long run. As long as these keep getting decent amount of views, I'll keep producing content for you guys. Well, even if it doesn't, I'll still keep producing content because I've been enjoying this expansion a lot more than I thought I would, in honesty. The dynamics have changed so much between every civilization. Ten seconds until we hit game number 2 of our final match between these two clan members, or guildmates? What should I call them? All right, game number 2 is underway. Spawning in the northwestern side, we have our red Japanese player, Senpai. Spawning down in the southeast, or southwest as well, we have our purple Aobids, Beastie Beauty. Senpai is already going out with 3 villagers, 2 villagers for Beastie. We are on Golden Heights. They are both going to be going for early docks. Keep in mind, both of them do have water bonuses. Aobids have reduced cost on their docks. Where is it? Where's your dock at? Heck, where's your... Oh, there it is. 75 wood on the dock. As for our Japanese player... Wait, where are they? They don't get reduced dock cost, but they do get a reduced cost on their boats themselves. So instead of being 75 wood, they cost 45 wood. 30 wood difference. That's absolutely huge, because it does allow them to start getting more boats out in a cheaper rate, transition away from wood a little sooner as well. So it saves them time, it saves them villagers, it saves a lot. We have our first dock down for our Japanese. Meanwhile, the Aobids, they're gonna come over. They already have their knives out. They're gonna start shanking. This could be a little difficult for our Japanese player since one of his villagers has already taken a bit of damage. And it also looks like our Japanese player is going to be losing his scout as well. Down to 5 health. Stabby stabs going all around. Villagers jumping onto the scout to try to kill that off. But nice little micro coming out of both players right there. The first villager does go down in favor of our Japanese player. Second villager goes down. It's tied up 1-1 at the moment. Scout jumping into this, trying to do the best he can. Both scouts. Scout goes down for the Japanese. For the Aobids. But it does look like this is going to be in favor of our Aobid player. He has 1 villager left. Well, both players still had 1 villager left. But our Aobids still has 41 health on his compared to the 20 for our Japanese player. So 2 villagers apiece. Wait, why didn't the villager's going to come back? He's going to start shanking. Going to try to do some incremental damage. But Beastie Beauty was prepared for that. He needs to send this villager back, otherwise it's gonna go down. He is delaying the dock as best as he can, though. And now we have, how many? 3 or 4? We have 3 boats out for our Japanese. What do we have back home? course, House of Wisdom. And Culture Wing? Yes, Culture Wing advancement. I love seeing this right here on water maps. So he's going to be getting into Feudal Age. It does cost 25 or 250 resources less, and he's able to age up 40% faster. That part is phenomenal when you're on water maps, because that means he's not going to make a single boat out of here at all right now until he secures the water, which he will be able to do so very soon by getting into Feudal Age a lot faster than the Japanese, or essentially any other civ that's trying to do water openers. And he's gonna just start making DAOs out of here. Yeah, they're DAOs, they're not junks, right? Yeah. So he's gonna make 1, 2 DAOs before Senpai is even in Castle Age. I mean, before Senpai is even in Feudal. Before he even starts Feudal, Beastie Beauty will have a DAO out. Just look at that right now. Yes, Senpai is ahead in, it would be ahead in Eco, generally speaking, but not anymore. DAO getting made. We might even see a second one as well. Does have the resources, or he will have the resources by the time this one's out to make a second. We'll see if he does go up to 2 or if he's gonna just stay at 1 and then go into a Bagla. First DAO is out. Gonna start doing that damage. And like I said, first DAO is out before our Japanese player is even able to start. Before our Japanese player even starts his age up. 1 fishing boat down. Second one will be going down right now as well. The other 3 are attempting to go back home. They might be getting garrisoned. No, they're just gonna... Oh, the final shot is unable to get it. Kokos Township coming up for our Japanese player. And now we're getting fishing boats coming out for our Ibis. He might be making... He might make another DAO just to secure up this location. Second dock coming down as well for Beastie Beauty. So he is going to have this fully secured. He will have the water fully secured at this point. If he makes any more military whatsoever, he will have this completely locked down. At the moment, there's still a chance for our Japanese player to come back into this. But once that second dock comes up, there's no chance. There really isn't. It's going to be 2 docks against 1, unless we see some absolutely gorgeous micro coming out of our Japanese players, some amazing demo shit hits. The likelihood of our Japanese being able to come back to this is slim to none at this point. Now, if our Japanese player did have a second dock, let's say he placed one up here earlier on, instead of going into 3, or well, actually he went up to what, 6? 6 boats back to back. If he only did 2 and dropped a dock, this would be a little bit easier for him to come back into, but as it is right now, it is 2-1. The water will be going to our Aobid player. Koka Township does finish. There. Let's see, is our Aobid? No, he's just eating up a lot of wood right now. He's just gathering so much. 16 villagers on wood, 1 on gold, 8 on food. Majority of the units on food will be the fishing boat. Oh, no, there's only 3. I could have sworn he had more than that. Gather rate on fish through fishing boats is absolutely amazing. Where is he getting food from? There it is. There's his berries. Good old berries. And now Beastie Beauty will be double producing fishing boats from here on out. Now that he has this completely secured. His eco is going to be insane in the next few minutes. Once Beastie Beauty starts getting more villagers on gold, he'll be able to hit castle fairly soon. He already used up his advancement though to get into feudal age so he could secure the water. I'm not saying that's a bad play whatsoever. That's an extremely good play. All I'm saying is that he's gonna be on par Oh, excuse me. He will be on par with other civilizations getting into Castle Age from here on out. Because generally, as the Aeobids, what you do is go into your feudal like normal, and then about 2.5 minutes later, you age up to castle. You completely skip the feudal part of the game essentially, and go into castle. But with this amazing play, going for the dock right next to it, and then going into the feudal age off of Culture Wing Advancement, that put him so far ahead. I love it. The first person I saw do that was Anatan, and I was thoroughly impressed. I thought the first time he did it was just because of what was going on, as in him getting harassed in the early stages, so he wanted to try to get the age up. He got Dark Age rushed by an Ottoman player, so I figured he wanted to go into... Another villager's going to be going down. He might be able to get 2 more right here. This is really good, actually, for our Japanese player. He did get surrounded. Is he going to be able to get that last one? Yes, and the shinobi does go down. 1 shinobi for 3 villagers. That's solid. That's really solid. He could have even blinked away, too. It wasn't on cooldown. But yeah, I thought Anatan was doing it just because of what was happening at the moment. Him getting Dark Age rushed. But then he did it again in a following set, in a following series. And it's like, oh, this is what he does as Aeobids on water maps. That's absolutely brilliant. And seeing Beastie Beauty do the same thing here, it just makes so much sense. It really does. It's insane. Wait, what are these guys doing? Oh, he's fully walled off. He doesn't have a palisade gate. He could potentially lose his villagers if... No. Dark Age, excuse me, Castle Age does come up. These walls aren't going to be able to finish. No. Yeah, if Senpai noticed that earlier, he could have... Oh. Wait. What's going on here? Just giving up villagers right here. What? A total of 4 villagers have went down. So a total of 11 villagers have been killed for Senpai, 5 for BC Beauty, and a majority of those, I believe all 5 of them, were the boats as well. That's a lot of boats. Currently sitting on 11. And remember, deep sea fish do respawn. Shoreline fish do not. Once the shoreline are gone, they are gone forever. Walls coming up on the west side of Beastie Beauty's base. There is a Katana Bannerman here now, pushing off villagers from the gold, and will be able to deny these walls as well. What are we going to be getting? Triple racks from Senpai. The first Yoroshiru went into a farmhouse, so he's just going to try to go for that eco. 4 military for Senpai, 9 for Beastie, but what was that, 4? No, 2, 4, 6? No, it's 3. Yeah, those are 3, right? Yeah. 8 of that is Navy. That's completely useless to defend. Over here, at your main base. What kind of damage can we see potentially happen from Senpai? Where are the rest of his units? We have a barrack or archery range outside of the base. What do we have over here? The rest of his villagers are over here on the gold. 13 total villagers in the middle of the, well, not really in the middle, kind of the center eastern side of the map, getting a single outpost to defend all 13 of them. 14 of them now. But he's able to do that because he has control of water. Beastie Beauty has 14 on food at the moment. Nice attempt into the back line. They would be able to actually burn this down as long as they focus fire it. And Castle H does come through. Where did he go? Oh, he went for Desert Raiders. Okay, so he went for reinforcements. And that's a lot of dead villagers, though. What is it? 5 have went down already? 6? The 7th is going to be going as well. He's going to be able to pick off at least another right here. And now the Desert Raiders are going to be able to slightly defend. But it's not like they're going to be able to kill off the samurai quickly in any form. And now we're seeing a flood. A massive flood of units coming through right now from those, what, 4 barracks? 3 barracks. Where did the second Yoroshido go? Wait, there's no way he only has 1. Okay, second Yoroshido went into the forge. Desert Raiders, nice kiting. They will be going down. Crossbow, a single crossbow is out at the moment. 5 more in queue. That number needs to skyrocket. 19 villager kills so far for Senpai. 5 for Beastie. For Beastie Beauty. His eco is kind of, well, his wood eco anyways is in shambles. He still has 14, 15 villagers. Yeah, 14 villagers over here on gold, plus he has all the boats as well. 12, yeah, 12 boats, 13 boats. Fishing boats out. But he is going to be able to just delay everything, keep all these villagers idled. He also has 9 villagers idled of his own. Where are they? Oh, they're on food. They built the house, but they didn't start farming or grabbing any of the berries whatsoever. Katana Batterman finally goes down. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 archery ranges up right now. He's gonna be able to make, just consistently make nothing but crossbows from here on out, since he does have so many fishing boats. That's a huge eco for him. He's gonna be able to defend this essentially no problem either. What Senpai needs to do at this moment is start transitioning into mass Bugeisha in order to just swarm and overrun the crossbows. Because once you're able to do that, you can start transitioning into samurai geisha and even potentially mounted samurai as well. Does he have a stable down? I don't think he does. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so farmhouse, double forge for the Yoroshiru. Not entirely sure where the 4th one is going to be or where the 4th one's going to go. GG gets called. Game goes to our red Japanese player, Senpai. I really thought this was going to go in favor of Beastie Beauty since he was able to just secure the water. But he didn't have any infrastructure behind it. He didn't have any military buildings really behind it at all. That was a really solid attack from our Japanese player. I didn't think it was going to do as much damage as it did. He did really nice harass with his shinobi as well to keep him on the back foot. Killed off quite a few. I think he killed off about 8 shinobi. 8 villagers. I know he killed 3 villagers with 1 shinobi, and then another like 2 or 3 with the second one. But the fact that he was able to keep that up, it's really solid. He did not get discouraged whatsoever after he lost water. I didn't realize I muted my mic. I don't know how long I was muted for. Give me about 3 minutes. I will be right back. Shit, how long was I muted for? Damn it. Okay, burp. Okay, I am back and we are ready to jump into the next game. Sorry for being quiet. I'm trying to eat really quick before this starts. All right. Oopsie, didn't mean to pause. I'm so used to doing that from casting games. And now we are here. Game number 3 of the finals for the bi-weekly Rumble number 2. Spawning in the southwestern side of the map, we have Beastie Beauty as our purple Ottoman player. Over here in the northeast, we have Senpai as our Holy Roman Empire. Red Roman Holy Empire. We are playing on Dry Arabia as well. But I'm more interested in... These are really nice. Okay, this is a really good spread of relics too. There's only going to be one for sure freebie on either side. Okay, this is really good. So none of them are going to be too easy to grab for the Holy Roman Empire, aside from, of course, the one that's directly to the east of his base. Even then, it could be potentially contested. It shouldn't be, but it could be. Gonna micro that prelate back and forth to maximize the amount of buffs that it gives out. Dark Age military school coming out for Beastie Beauty, which I do enjoy. Regardless if you get any damage done with it or not, I'd love making it in the Dark Age. Regardless, it does let you start building up that military count early on, as well as visor points, visor experience, and then a little bit after hitting feudal, you should get your first visor point. Depending on what kind of playstyle you're going for, you get to choose between the Meta, the Iman, and the Anatolian Hills. I generally always prefer getting the Anatolian Hills more than anything else though. But that's just me. Early lumber milk. And boom. We have the gold count, just missing a little bit of food. Where is it?
Yeah.
And we should be seeing the Akin Chapel as well. Ooh, Minework Palace. What? I thought you were playing as the Holy Roman Empire, not as the Order of the Dragon. Minework Palace as HRE. really nice. The only other person that I see do this consistently anyways is Fitzy here. Man, casting him is difficult sometimes. I like to do a little bit of metagaming, you know, pre-analysis, but he always throws me for a loop, no matter what. It just never fails. And then the Sultani Trade Network for our Ottoman. Nice, both of them are going for a little bit of different builds, different landmarks for their civilization. Generally, for the Ottoman, you would see the madrasa, twin minaret madrasa. Very rarely do you see the Sultani Trade Network. It could be because he sees a good location for, or he saw a good location for the trade post on this one. But if that were the case, he could have put it over here. Yeah, not sure. But either way, I really like going for the Sultani Trade Network more than I do pretty much. And well, I do it 100% of the time. Not gonna lie, I always go for the Sultani Trade Network over Twin Minaret Madrasa. Literally every game.
Yeah.
Age up comes through. Archery range. Okay, yeah. So the way that Senpai is playing this is very similar to how the Order of the Dragon play it, where they'll go for the Minework Palace into archery range, get the +1 ranged attack for their archers, and then they just start spamming out gilded archers. But in this case, we're seeing marching drills, right? It works for any infantry. +1. And now he's going to be spamming out regular archers. Wait, where is it rallied? Does he already have it rallied to the other side of the map? The issue with this is it has a... The only issue with this against the Ottoman is that it has a very small window of opportunity. Because with the military schools, we should be seeing this switching over to the Sipahi. Second military school should be coming down as well. Oh no, he's gonna go into 2TC play. Is he like metagaming his own teammate here? Like, does he know that his teammate likes to go for 2TC as Ottoman, so he's opening up with marching drill archers just to get over there a little faster? That'd be hilarious. Like, I need to ask them after this game. Riveted chain mail. 2 spears. Just laying a little bit of fire down. Throwing them torches. I'm gonna take a sip of my drink really quick. Okay. So even though he did get these archers out fairly soon, that's a lot of villagers doing absolutely nothing. Second TC gonna be coming down at the gold to secure that. Archers are nowhere near where they should be. Sipahi will be coming out after. Oh, are they gonna get shot? No, they are not. Archers running over there as quickly as they can to start applying some pressure onto the villagers. I don't really think they're gonna be able to deter it though. Senpai sitting on 11 military count though. 7 archers. The spears do jump on the archers. No micro done right here. He might actually lose an archer as well. Oh, it's getting way too low. Yeah, he's definitely going to be losing an archer. And the TC is still going to be coming up. Beastie. Okay. Beastie Beauty did put it in. Did garrison some villagers. Way too late, though, in my opinion. He could have easily gotten a kill, possibly 2 if he used it, or if he did it a little sooner. And we're seeing some massive aggression coming out of Senpai. 8 archers, 3 horsemen. Prelate, which is... Where is the prelate? On the wood line. And then the horseman. Or, excuse me. The scout. For our Ottoman, he's sitting on 2 archers. I mean, 2 spears. And a Sipahi. That's not even out yet. The Sipahi still has probably about 30 seconds left. Where is the military school? A minute 30 left. Okay, so the amount of pressure that our HRE player is going to be able to pose is not insignificant, that's for sure. He hasn't went into... Oh, he did already. I missed it. He does have engineering already. So he's just banking on getting some wood right now. Get the 250, drop a ram, apply pressure. That's all he wants to do right now, are those two things. Second military school coming down, barracks already. We have an archery and a stable. An archery and a stable. First ram coming down, 13 archers, 6 horsemen. 2 prelates to start buffing up everything that he can. Second prelate is where exactly? Oh, both prelates are at the wood. A little bit of an overkill. Having 2 there. I would really like to see 1 on food. And I would really like to see him actually move out and grab food. Like the deer that are right here. Since he is being aggressive, he's really not going to be under any pressure anytime soon. First ram is out. We'll be pushing through. Villagers are getting garrisoned. No villager deaths yet. But this is a decent military force for our HRE player. This second TC will most likely go down. There's not enough units here to defend against it. The only opportunity he really has is if he pulls villagers to try to burn down the ram at the same time. We do need to see a little bit of micro coming out in order for this ram to maximize its damage. Villagers are going to start going down for our Ottoman player. Second ram getting dropped in the face of his enemy. Villagers that were garrisoned get dropped out, get sent out. 2 do get picked off on retreat. That's fine, and the second TC is gone. Second ram, almost, well, let's just call it done at this point. It was going to be finished. It was going to be done by the time that sentence ended. And now to start focusing down the Sultani trade network. I really hope that these teammates never had any bad blood towards each other, because I know my blood would start boiling at this moment if my clanmate was doing this to me. Third ram. We should be getting a 4th as well. There are not enough units for our Ottoman player to defend against this. There really isn't. He's currently at 14 military against 31 for our HRE. This is a huge feudal attack from Senpai, and I believe it caught Beastie Beauty completely off guard as well. Otherwise he wouldn't have went for that second TC. He would have went into the military school instead. I don't think he knew what was coming at all. Visor point does come through. What will it be? Looks like it was the Amon. Or not the Amon, the Meta. So many archers. So little time. But it actually looks like he might be able to defend this. Not if he goes through a choke though. That is not the way that you needed to go about this. So many units are getting picked off. So many units are inside of this choke and allowing the archers for our HRE to just free fire upon them. That was a terrible spot to pick a fight. Nice little micro coming out from the horsemen of our HRE player. Nothing really significant coming through for our Ottoman, but he did finally clear it up. And now the Sipahi are in massive numbers, getting into the back line, killing off the archers, and that's basically it at this point, but getting very close to a sacred site victory. He needs to choose. Is he going to defend, or is he going to just kill off the remaining forces, the reinforcements? Villagers are getting pulled in order to start burning down the rams. That was a very solid hold for our Ottoman player. 2 rams down, third ram gonna be going down as well. Only 3 villager kills throughout that entire thing as well. Not enough wood. He left the ram alive. It's at 5 HP. Single villager. And now the Sipahi are in the face of our HRE. He doesn't have any spears to deal with this. He has popped Fortify to deal the bonus damage to those units, and this was an immaculate hold from our Ottoman player, and it looks like he might be able to actually just counter push and deal a crucial amount of damage if he could find a good spot. Villagers on the eastern side of Senpai's base gathering up those deer. Villagers, oh, how many villagers are right here? 9. I was just gonna say that. Just pull the villagers, start getting the mining or start getting the stone. I was literally about to say that. That way he could start getting emplacements, get fortifications, whatever he needs. Not entirely sure why Senpai is pushing out with such a small force. This is gonna get eaten up quickly. 2 spears, 5 archers against 8 Sipahi. Yeah, these units would have got completely destroyed. He's going for another ram. He's gonna just try to end this, from what it seems like, through Sacred Site victory. He knows that it's low. He doesn't know how low, but he knows that it's low enough to where he could potentially sneak in 2 rams. Exactly, there's the second one. Going for a second TC in the fate. Oh, why are you going for a second TC? Rallying units across the map. 8. It's gonna get canceled. Or not canceled, it's gonna get completely destroyed. All those resources just gone. There needs to be more spears here though. Does he have enough? How many spears does he currently have right here? He only has 6 spears at the moment. That's actually more than enough to defend against this. The 6 spears plus the horsemen, more spears coming in as well. Double rams. He's gonna try to repair this up as best as he can. Is he gonna just go all in and try to burn this down? It does look like it. The 2 rams are gonna be doing a lot of damage to this. There needs to be some form of micro coming out of the HRE archers though. The back line for both players are getting completely destroyed, but the front line for both players still standing. Rams, are the Rams gonna actually be able to end this? More villagers need to get pulled in order to defend against this. 2100 HP. Rams need to pop out. They need to start dealing damage to these Rams. The Spy themselves aren't going to be able to deal with this. Beastie Beauty has a decent amount of wood in the bank in order to repair this. And he holds yet again. And now he's going to turn onto the Rams and start attacking them. Senpai, 600 wood in, or not anymore. He dropped down, but he did have 600 wood in the bank. Is he trying to go for another ram somewhere? Maybe back home? No. It does look like he's going to try to transition. Well, by that, I mean he's going to just transition into more horsemen in order to try to deal with this. 56 villagers for Beastie Beauty, 18 military, 42 villagers for Senpai, 12 military. He needs a lot more spears, a lot more horsemen if he thinks that he can end it. Which means he needs to eat up a lot more wood. A lot more of his bank has to go into just those units. 12 archers for our Ottomans, 7 Sipahi and a meta. 9 spears, 3 horsemen, 2 archers for Senpai. They are almost all of the Sipahi are on the other side of the map right now. They are gonna get a decent chunk of damage in. 9 villager kills already for Beastie Beauty. Only 3 for Senpai, which is completely astonishing considering he's been deep inside the base of Beastie Beauty twice now, and he's only killed 3 villagers. That's absolutely insane. It should not have been that close, but he did get a couple villager picks up here on the western side and on the eastern. So it's not like it was completely one-sided in terms of trades. It was really nice timing from our Ottoman player. He also has trade active It's only 3 traders, but it's still active. 71 gold. That's really good. That's what, 142 gold for a round trip. He is getting shot out of his, denied from his gold, and we do get Janissaries on the field now in feudal versus feudal matchup. This is as good as game now. They're gonna completely just demolish the cavalry units of our HRE player. Even upgraded, even with the rivets, does not matter. They're gone. Look at this. Just absolute bloodshed for the Holy Roman Empire. I'm more than sure Senpai will be calling good game shortly. There's no way that he's actually going to be able to defend against this any longer. He's down in villager count. He's severely down in military count, 38 to 6. 40 to 6 now. And keep in mind, he's sitting on, Beastie Beauty is sitting on 3 military schools as well. So he's getting about 600 resources for free every minute 15. So he's, no, at this stage of the game, I want to say probably about 400 resources for free a minute. There's nothing that Senpai could really do at this point against these Sipahi, Janissaries, archers, meta. He's just gonna walk in here and completely destroy everything that he can. Where are all the villagers? Is he gonna go for a Hail Mary, run in there, torch this down? Holy crap, dude, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Senpai. I am actually rooting for you. I try to be as unbiased as I possibly can, but let's freaking go, dude. Run in there and just torch it. Go, 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 go. How many villagers do we have right here? 46 villagers, 5 damage each. There is a prelate as well, kind of lagging behind. Is he going to be able to do it? Oh, come on. Oh, is he going to be able to? I would love for this to be the end. Is he gonna do it? The Sultani Trade Network isn't healed up either, so if this goes down, it's game over. The entire military, it's barely staying alive. There's just too much. He's gonna be running. No, he's not running out of wood either. He's trading for it. Oh no, yeah, he's trading for it. He has the trade in the western side of the map, and now the full army of the Ottoman Empire finally comes in. Holy crap, it's so close. The Hail Mary doesn't work. GG gets called. Game goes to our purple Ottoman player, Beastie Beauty, and that is game, set, match between the two of them. Congratulations to our bi-weekly Rumble number 2 winner, Beastie Beauty. Oh my gosh, dude, if Senpai was able to do that at the end, that would have been amazing. That would have been amazing. I would have loved it. Oh man. So good. So close. Congratulations again to Beastie Beauty.